Most of you have been lied to. You've been told that if you just save enough, if you just tuck away a few dollars here and there into a high-yield savings account, you'll eventually be wealthy. You've been told that saving is the golden ticket to retirement. But let's look at the cold, hard numbers. Inflation, taxes, and the rising cost of living are absolute monsters. They aren't just eating your savings. They are destroying your future purchasing power. If you are only saving, you are effectively running on a treadmill that is moving faster than you are. You aren't building wealth. You're just slowing down your decline. Let's start with the hard truth. Saving is defensive. Investing is offensive. When you save, you are trying to lose as little as possible. When you invest, you are trying to capture the growth of the global economy. Most people keep their first $1,000 in a traditional bank account, earning less than 1% interest. In reality, that money is losing value every single day because of inflation. It is about taking that initial $1,000 and deploying it into high-leverage vehicles. Why $1,000? Because it's the psychological barrier. It's enough to matter, but not so much that you're paralyzed by fear if you make a mistake. You need to understand where to put that money. We don't just dump it anywhere. We use 3 specific engines. The index fund, passive growth. This is for your long-term floor. You are buying a slice of the entire global economy. It's not about finding the winning stock. It's about capturing the inevitable growth of successful companies over decades. It is the most boring, yet effective way to build generational wealth. The skill multiplier, active income. This is where you invest in yourself. If you take that $1,000 and buy the software, the course, or the mentorship that allows you to charge an extra $50 per project, you aren't just making a 10% return. You are making a 500% return on your time. This is how you exponentially increase your income fuel to pour into your investments. The microventure, cash flow. This is the high-velocity engine. You use a portion of that capital to start something that generates a second income stream, selling digital products, reselling undervalued goods, or freelancing. This creates immediate cash flow that you can reinvest. Let's talk about why you haven't done this yet. It's fear. You've been conditioned to believe that keeping money in a bank is safe. It is not. It is guaranteed to lose value over time due to inflation. When you invest, you are taking a calculated risk in exchange for a calculated reward. The wealthy don't avoid risk, they manage it. They understand that the only true risk is stagnating while the cost of living skyrockets. You have to ask yourself, am I playing to keep my money, or am I playing to build my freedom? Those are 2 entirely different games. The bank is where money goes to die, not where it goes to grow. True security comes from assets, not digits in a checking account. This is the hack in practice. You don't just invest the $1,000 once. You create a system where you are adding to that pile consistently. $100, $200, $500 a month. And that entire pile is constantly being reinvested into assets that produce income. This is the snowball effect. At first, it looks like nothing is happening. You don't see massive returns in month 2 or month 6. But at the 2-year mark, the compounding starts to do the heavy lifting for you. You are building a portfolio of cash-flowing assets. You are becoming a collector of income streams. This is the boring, tedious, and incredibly powerful part of the process that separates the wealthy from the dreamers. To truly succeed, you need to be anti-fragile. This means your financial structure shouldn't just survive volatility, it should benefit from it. When you own income-producing assets, market dips become sales rather than disasters. You stop reacting to the news cycle and start reacting to the opportunities that panic creates. Most people sell when they are scared. The wealthy buy when they are scared. This is how the wealthy stay wealthy. They aren't worried about the next recession. They are positioned to buy the dip. They understand that volatility is the price of admission for superior long-term returns. The final step is scaling. Once you have mastered the deployment of $1,000, you repeat the process. You look for new channels of income. You optimize your taxes. You use leverage carefully. You start thinking about tax-advantaged accounts and business structures. You stop being a worker bee and start being a capital allocator. You aren't just saving money anymore. You are managing a private ecosystem of wealth that works for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, regardless of whether you are sleeping or working. The math is undeniable. A 10% return on a growing pile of assets is life-changing. A 1% return on a stagnant pile of savings is a slow death. If you are tired of the save more, live less narrative, it's time to move. Take that $1,000, stop letting it rot in a bank, and start putting it to work. If you want a step-by-step breakdown of how to identify your first $1,000 investment and where to deploy it for maximum impact, check out my next video where I reveal my personal portfolio and exactly which assets I'm buying right now. Stop working for your money and start making your money work for you. See you in the next one.